Okay, students, in today's session, we will discuss regarding the strings part. So strings, how we represent a string, that is a sequence of characters. So in Java, basically, we represent this string as an object that will represent a sequence of characters. Okay, so in Java, we use string as an object, but it will be representing the sequence of characters that we will be using. Secondly, in this for this particular string object, we have a particular Java dot string, that is Java dot lang, that is lang dot string class that we will be using. So this is a class, inbuilt class that we will be using for the different string objects, for the particular string object that we will be using in this particular Java language. So it will, as you know that, so object is a part of any type of a class there. So which particular inbuilt class that we will use for the string object, that is a java.lang.string class. So this is how we are representing this particular string object here. Next is the case is that, so also Java provides us with different string methods. Inbuilt methods are there that we can use in order to perform different operations on strings in Java. So various inbuilt string methods are being provided by this Java language so that we can perform any type of operation on this Java, on this string part in case of a Java. So some of the examples of the string methods are, and then later on we will be implementing some codes also on this different this string methods. So some of the methods that we can just have overview of all those methods. That is a compare method. That is we use to compare the different values of the string. Then we have concat method is there, where we need to join that particular two string to more than two string. Equals is there, that will check for the equality of the string. Split is there, that will split method is there, that will divide your string into different parts. Then we are having that length method there, so that will help you out in getting the total length of your particular string. And similarly we have a compare to, that will compare your string. Substring method is there. So these are the different methods, that is etc. Apart from all these methods, there are also many more different methods, inbuilt methods available in Java, by using which we can perform different operations on string. So what basically a string is, so I just again repeat all these points. So string, basically how we represent a string, that is a sequence of characters. Okay, but in case of a Java, we represent this string as an object that will represent your sequence of characters. So when we say that anything is an object, that means that must belong to some particular class also. So which class we will be using here? That is a java.lang.string class is there. Okay, so our string object belongs to this particular class, that is java.lang.string class. Next is that Java also provides us with facility, that it provides us with different inbuilt methods of this particular string, by which we can use all these particular methods to perform different operation on this strings part. Like we are having compare method is there, concat, equals, split, length, compare to, and the substring. So all these are the inbuilt methods that is available in Java, and we can use this particular method in order to perform different operations. Later on, we will be having some implementation on all these methods one by one. Next is the case that how we can create a string object. Now the second thing that we will be discussing here is that how we can create a string object. So creation of string object. So the next topic that we need to discuss here is that the creation of string objects in Java. So Java provides us with two ways by which we can create the string object. So the very first one is that by using string literal, by using the concept of string literal. Second is that by new keyword, by new keyword. Fine. So these are the two methods that is available with us that will help us that how we can create a string object in Java. So the very first one is the by using the concept of string literals, and the second one is by using a new keyword. So we will discuss both the methods one by one. So the first method that is by using this string literal here. The first method is that string literal. So how we create a string literal? By using double quotes. By using double quotes. So this is the way, if we are using this double quotes, or if we are defining any string under this double quotes, like this we are using ACT. So this will become your string. Okay, so by using the double quotes, that means we are representing that particular string over here, which by which method, that is the string literal. Clear? So using double quotes, we can represent a particular string. We can create a string object here, and this particular method is known as a string literal. Okay, so what will happen here? Like, let's suppose I am taking like this string S equal to ACET. Okay, so if I am writing like this string S, so this is the class that is we are using a string, and S is the object of that particular class, and we are representing that particular string here under this double quotes. So this is how we have created one of the string here by using the concept of string literals. So the first representation of the string literal is that we must use the double quotes here. Fine. Next thing is that what will happen that every time when we create a string literal, so every time when we are creating a string literal here, JVM will check that particular string under the string constant pool. There is a concept, new concept in Java, which is known as a string constant pool. So we are having this particular representation of strings under a particular different part in case of Java, that is string constant pool. So what will happen if we are creating a string object using the concept of a string literal? So what will happen? JVM will first check that particular string is available in your string constant pool or not. If it is not available in your string constant pool, it will create that particular string at that particular place. Okay, so what will happen that it will first check, JVM will first check that particular string is available in your this particular pool. Pool is what? That is a collection of something. Okay, so we are having a string constant pool here. Okay, constant pool, why constant? Because its value does not change, that we will discuss in future after this particular topic. That string is immutable in the case of Java. So we have a string constant pool here. Why we are using this string constant pool? Just to check that whatever the string literal that we are creating is being present in my string constant pool or not. And who will check it? That is the JVM. JVM will first check that particular string in its string constant pool. If it does not find that particular string in its string constant pool, it will just create that particular string here. Okay, so what it will do, it will, if the string is checks the string, if the string is already exists in the pool, a reference to that particular string will be given. Otherwise, it will just create a new string here. Okay, so if the string is not belong to that particular pool, a new string instance will be created and it will be placed in that pool. Okay, so now here we have created this ACT. So ACT was not present earlier in this particular pool. So it will just create the object of that particular string here and it will give a reference to that particular string. So why we are using this term reference? Because in future, again, if we use this particular ACT, a new string object will not be created, but it will just refer to that particular already available string here. Okay, so let's suppose in a code we are using this ACT 2-3 times. Okay, so it will just create that particular string for once, and in future, anytime that you will be using that particular string, it will refer to the same object in the constant. Fine. So this is how we can represent this term, that is a string constant pool. Okay, so that will be representing your string constant pool here. Okay, so string constant pool, what it will do that each time when we create a string literal, okay, so each time when we will create a string literal, JVM will check that particular string in the constant pool. If the string will be already existing in that particular pool, so what will happen that it will create a reference to the pooled instance there and it will return that particular value. Otherwise, it will create, otherwise, if that particular string is not available in that pool, so what will happen? It will just create a new string instance and place that particular string in the pool here. Okay, so this is how we can use the concept of a string literals. So string literal, by when we are using the concept of a string literals, that means we are referring to the string constant pool here, and it will check for that particular string. Firstly, in the string constant pool, if it is available, then it is fine. It will use that reference to refer that particular string in the string constant. Otherwise, it will create the new string here and it will return the reference variable for that. Fine. So this is how we can use this string literal. Now, like here we were having that S equal to ACT. Again, if we can refer that S1 equal to ACT. So what will happen? That S will also refer to this ACT and S1 will also refer to this particular ACT. So no new string will be formed here. Same string will be referred by different reference variable. Clear? So this is how we can represent a string literals here. So it will return the reference to the same instance. This is the string instance is what the object. So this is the string object that you have created and say it will return the same value if we are using the same string in the particular program. Okay. Now the next thing is that so this was all about string literals here. Second concept is that what is the purpose of this string constant pool? So string objects are basically stored in a special area. So how we can represent the string constant pool? That is a special memory area that is given in Java. So string objects are stored in a special memory area that is known as a string constant pool. So string constant pool is your special memory area. Okay, so string constant pool is your special memory area in Java that you can use in order to refer different strings in Java language. Okay, so why we use the concept of a string literal? Secondly, is that what is the benefit of using this string literal? Because it provides you the efficient usage of your memory. Okay, so it provides you with the facility of the efficient usage of your memory. How? Because as you have seen that we don't have to create the same string again and again, and by using only the reference variable, we can refer to the same string that is already available in your string constant. Okay, so it provides you the efficient memory usage. Efficient memory usage. Okay, so So this was about the string literals part. So 2-3 things that you need to remember, that it is always represented with a double quotes. Why we prefer string literals? Because it provides you with the memory, efficient memory usage. Okay. It uses the concept of string constant pool. Okay. So what it says that it will first take the particular string in your the string constant pool. If it is available, then it will provide you with the reference variable. Otherwise, it will create a new instance and return back to the reference variable. Okay, so that is a special memory area that we are having. And so this was all about the string list. Now we will discuss the another topic here, that is another method of creating a string object. That is the second method we are having by using a new string, new keyword. By using new keyword. So the first method was that by using the string literal. Now we are discussing the second method, that is that we are having here, that is by using the new keyword. So how we can represent this particular new keyword, that is like this: string s equal to new and new string, and we are representing, like we are writing A, C, E, T. Okay, so this is how we are representing a particular string, or how we are creating a string object by using new keyword. By writing like this: string, okay, that is the inbuilt class that we are using. S is the object, equal to new string. This is the way that how we have created that particular object here by using the new keyword. And here we have referred to that particular string here. So what will happen when we are using this new keyword? It will create. So it will create here. What will happen? That JVM will create a new string object. Okay. So a new string object will be created. String object. So it will create a new, JVM will create a new string object in normal heap memory, in normal heap memory, which will represent as non-pool area. Okay, which will represent as non-pool area. Okay, so JVM will create a new memory here, which will represent your non-pool area. That will represent your non-pool area, and it will, that particular literal, that whatever the string, literal means that whatever the string that we are representing under that double quote. So the literal will be placed, in string constant pool. Will be placed in string constant pool. Okay, so here what will happen, your variable s, so your variable s will refer to the object in non-pool area. Non-pool area. So what was the non-pool area here? That is a heap memory area that we use. Fine. So I will just again repeat all these points. So second method that we are discussing here is that we can create string object by using a new keyword. Okay. By using new keyword, we can create a string object. Now this particular method is different from the first method. Why so? Because at that particular time we were directly referring to the string constant pool, and we were checking that if that particular string is available, then we don't have to create again the object of that particular string. We can just simply refer to that particular already literal available in the string constant. But here what will happen, that JVM will create here two types of objects. So we usually represent as that two string object will be created here. That is, one is the heap memory area, that is the non-pool area, and the another one will be placed in the string constant. Okay, so two objects we are creating and one reference variable will be created. Okay, so what is the reference variable we are having? That is variable s, that will refer to the object in the string constant. Okay, so variable s will be there, that will refer to the object in the non-pool area. Okay, so at that particular point, that variable was referring to the object in the pool area. But in case of when we are using this new keyword, we are referring to the object in the non-pool area. Okay, so we are representing that particular object in the heap area, which we are representing in the system. Now here, how it will make a difference, that if there are two same strings in your that particular course, then two different memory. If we are using same string at two different times, so two objects will be created over there. It is not like that in the previous method where we have used that string literal. So at that time, what was happening, that if same string was available, we don't need to create the two objects over there. Okay, but here we can create two objects for the same string also. Okay, so this is how we are representing this particular new keyword here. Okay. So now let's perform one particular program that will make you more understand this concept of new keyword and the string literal. So I am going to share my screen with you, and that will help you out in discussing that how we can use this particular concept. Okay, now we are using this, I'm just writing this particular program just to make you understand the concept of string literal, and that concept that how we can create a string object using a new keyword. So we can write like this. Now let's suppose I'm writing the name class string 1. So let's suppose this is the name of my class that I am using. Next is that here we will define public, static, void, main, and here I am writing like this string. Arguments, these are the different arguments that I am passing. So first method was that by using the Java string literal concept. So I am creating string here like this string. Okay, so let's suppose I am writing like this S1 equal to, and here let's suppose I am writing ACET. Okay, so this is the first method by which we have created string using string literals. String literals. Okay. So we have created this method by using the string literals here. Now let's suppose in the another part, I am using a particular character array here. Okay, so we are using char, and let's suppose this is a ch, and I am passing a character array over here. So I hope you understand what we mean by character array. So array in which we have used the data types in the form of a character part. So now let's suppose what we are using here. I am writing like this, that is J, comma, A. Okay, so B and right. So let's suppose this is a character array that I am using here. And now what I will do, I will just convert this particular character array to the string part. So how I can perform that particular thing, like I am writing string s2. This is again that I have taken this particular string s2 here, another string here. So here I am just converting this particular string, that is new string, and this is the character form, character array that we have used above, like this. So what we have done, we have just converted this particular character array to the string. So converted the character array to string here. Right? Now again I will create another string object over here, that is string s3 equal to new string and here let's suppose I am writing like A, G, C. Fine. So we have what we have done again with the help of a new operator. We have created a Java string. We have created a Java string here. Java string by new keyword. Created Java string by new keyword. Fine. So what we will do, we just print all this value. So we are writing like this, system dot out dot println. So that is system dot out dot println, and again we can refer as system dot out dot println, and here we will just display the second string here, and here we will refer to the third string here. Okay, so these are the different strings that we have created by different ways. So the first way was by using a string literal, and in the second part we have just referred this particular string here in the form of a character array, and by using this new operator only, new keyword only, we have just converted this particular character array to the string part. And third method is the third way, which also represent you the second method of creating your string, by using this new keyword. So we have created the new string over here. So let's see that how after running this particular part, what output we are having here, that is string 1.java. So I'm going to run this particular program. So let me share my this command screen also with you. Okay, so you can see the output here, Java string 1. So you can see we have displayed all the 3 strings here. That is ACT, Java, and HSP. So this is a simple string example that can tell you that how we can use this different methods here in order to use the string concept. Now with the help of the second code, I need to tell you that there is one important feature regarding strings in Java. That is, it is immutable. Okay, so what we say that in Java, string objects are immutable. So immutable means that we cannot, that means unmodifiable and unchangeable, that we cannot change the value of that particular object. So once string object is created, its data or state can't be changed. Okay, but when we are creating this particular string object, okay, so we are referring that it is not being changed in future. But if we are using a new string object is created. Okay, so once string object is created, its data or state can't be changed, but a new string object will be created here. Okay, so how we can represent this particular part? So again, I just tell you that if we are referring the same string object, and when we use that particular string object here to refer to the another string, its value will not be changed. So I again go to my command prompt just to uh, share that concept of immutability in Java. So I'm sharing my this notepad with you. So here you can see that, let's suppose I'm using class string 2, and here we can represent public static void main. Okay, so this is the thing that we are using, and here we referring string arguments, and under this particular part, let's suppose I am writing like this, string s equal to ACET. Okay, let's suppose I am writing like this, string s equal to ACET. Now let's suppose I am writing like this, s dot concat. So concat is the method of string method. You have heard it regarding this, and in future also we will be implementing. But for this particular program, that is just remember one thing, that concat is used to concatenate the 2 strings over here. Now let's suppose I have used this particular string object, that is s, and now I need to concat that particular s string with the another string here, that is, let's suppose I am writing like this, CSC, like this. Okay, so let's suppose I am writing like this, system dot out dot print ln. Okay, so here we are referring this particular string here, that is s. Okay, now what do you think that what output will come here? So we will I will just show you. First of all, I just going to save this particular program. So I am saving like this, string 2 dot java. So let's run this program. So that will just tell you that what output will be there. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. That is the command screen. Okay, just wait. So I am going to share my command screen here. Okay, I have already compiled this part, that is string2.java. That was the name of my this program. And when I have executed this particular one, you can see that only ACT has been displayed over here. But what concat I have provided that is with CSC. That CSC is still missing here. Okay, so why this particular thing has happened? Because what we have done, that when we have created this particular string part, so two objects were created and a reference variable were there. So it was referring to the particular S string was referring to ACT only. It was not referring to that particular CSC part, ACT CSC part. And no doubt that it has also created the another string in the string constant pool, that is the we can represent as ACT CSC. So I just show you by using the this diagram part. So what was happened here, that if you just see my diagram here, so what we have created, okay, when we have used this new concept over there, so what has happened, like we have a two area, one is your heap area. Under this particular heap area, we are also having a string constant pool. Okay, so we are having that string constant pool here. Fine. So what has happened, that when we have created first object, that is S here, and we have written ACET. Okay. So when we have concatenate that particular string, so it has written that ACET CSC. Okay. So same thing has been created in your this particular string constant pool. But what we have done, that this particular string, as that S will be representing to this ACT only. It is just representing your value to the ACT only, not to the ACT CSC. Right? So what will happen, that if I need to show this CSC dot ACT also, that is ACT dot ACT CSC, we need to explicitly assign the value. Okay, so what will happen, we need to explicitly define this particular part. So again, I move to my this particular screen portion. So I'm going to share my screen with you again, the command prompt. So what will happen if I want to display my particular new value over here? So what I have to done is that I need to explicitly assign it to the reference variable. Okay, so you can see here. So I just create a new program here. So I am writing like this: class string 3. We are referring like public static void main string arguments. Okay, so here what will happen, like in the previous case, I have used string S equal to ACET. Okay, Now, what I will do, I will explicitly assign that reference variable. Okay, so what it will do, it will refer to the new object that it will create after the concatenation part. So I'm writing like this: s equal to s dot concat, and here I am writing like this: CSC, like this. Okay, so again I am writing like this: system dot out dot print ln print ln s, right? So this is a statement that I am giving. So now let's run this particular part. Control S. So here I am referring string 3.java. So again I am going to run this part for you. So that is so I'm going to share my screen with you. So this is a command prompt screen I am sharing with you. See, I have run this program, compiled this particular program, that is Java string 3, and here I have executed this particular program string 3, and now you can see that I am having this value ACT CSC. Fine. So this is how we can say that. Now what it is being representing you, that now the S variable, again I will share my screen with you. So what is happening here, that this particular S is being referred to this particular new part, that is ACT CSC. Okay, but that previous object, that is the ACT object, is still unmodifiable. If you remember my diagram that I have already shown you on this particular blackboard, that we have a particular heap area. Under that particular heap area, we are having a string constant pool, and under the string constant pool, if we take the example of this particular program only, so what we have created, one object is created, that is ACT, and the another object is created, that is ACT CSC. Okay, so when we explicitly defining that particular string object here, so what we are doing, we are explicitly assigning it to the reference variable. So it will refer to ACT CSC, not to the ACT only. Okay, so this is how we can represent this particular a value here. So it also tells us that the string objects are immutable. Now, why we say that string objects are immutable? Because of the string literals. Because Java uses the concept of string literals. So that's why it is immutable in Java. Okay. So what will happen, that let's suppose we have so many reference variable and we need to refer to single object only. So what will happen, that if we need to provide a change in a single reference variable, it will be affected in all the reference variable. So that's why we say that Java string objects are immutable in Java. Fine. So okay, the next that is a string compare. Okay, so we will discuss another part, that is a string compare here. So you can see like this. We have a Java string compare. Okay, so in Java we can compare string on the basis of content and reference. basis on content and the reference part. So this is how we can compare strings in Java on the basis of content and the references. So it uses basically, there are three ways to compare strings in Java. One is a by equals method. By equals method. Another one is by using this operator, equality operator. Okay. And the third one is by using compare to method. By compare to. So these are the three ways by which we can use this particular Java string compare method. Okay. Okay, so the first three ways were there. One was by using equals method. Second is by using this operator, comparison operator, that is a double equal to. Third one is by using the compare to method. Okay, so we can discuss here that like if we need authentication part at that time, we are using this particular method. Okay. So in the authentication part, we are referring to this equals method here. Okay. When we need to just sort this particular method, so this we are using the second method here for the sorting purpose. When we need to just check that whatever the values that we are using are being, we need to compare with another part of it. Okay. So that is the sorting method, and the third method that we are using when we need to do the reference matching. When we need to do the reference matching here. At that time, we are using this last method, that is compare to method. So this is quite important topic in case of Java, that is a string compare. So we usually can compare the string basis on their content and the reference tag. Fine. So three ways are there: by equals method, by double equal to operator, by compare to method. Okay. So equals method is that for the authentication part. When we need to authenticate that, we are using that equals method. By double equal to operator for the sorting purpose, and for the last part is the compare to method, where we need to do the reference matching. Okay, so when we have to perform that reference matching, at that time we can use this particular method. So I just share my screen with you again, and with the help of a code, we will be able to understand this concept of string compare more easily. So again, I am going to share my screen with you. So I'm sharing by that notepad part with you. So Okay, so let's suppose I am taking like this class string 4 and here I am writing like this public static void main string arguments that we are passing, and under this, now let's suppose I am using this different strings here. So let's suppose I am writing like this string s1 equal to ACET. Okay, so again I am taking another string, that is string s2. Again I will use ACT. Okay, now third one is string s3 equal to new string okay, so we are using this new string here, and again what I will do, I will again write this ACT part. So I have used this concept just to make you understand the different concepts in string, that is string like s4 equal to, and now I use CSC. Right? So now just check the equality of all this thing. We are using system dot out dot println s1 dot equals. So we are discussing the first method here. So we are writing s1 dot equals s2 again we are having system dot out dot println, and here I am writing like this s1 dot equals s3. So again we are having system dot out dot println, and we are writing like this s2 s1. Now again I am checking for this part s1 dot equals, and here I am referring s4. Okay, like this. Now let's save this program. So I am writing like this string 4 dot Java, and I will run this part. So before running this portion, I will share my screen, that is command screen with you. Okay. Okay, my screen I think here. Okay, see, you can see the output, or I can just completely share my screen with you so that you can see both the screens. Okay, like this you can see. So the first comparison that we have done here, that is s1 dot equals s2. So what we say that s1 and s2 both have the same value. So what we are referring to the same part only. Okay, so it will be giving you the true form here. Fine. Again, we are having that S1, that is S1 dot equals S3. Again, we are having that ACT here, and it will again refer to the true part. And for the last portion, we are comparing S1 and the value for this S4, that is the CSC part. So it will give you the false value. Fine. So this was the first method that we have done, that is the equals part. So equals part can also be used as equals, or equals ignore case is also there. So let's suppose if we give any capital letter over here, so it can compare that particular case here, that is by using the ignore case here. Fine. So again, another example that we can use here like this, that the second compare method was using the equal to operator. Now what will happen, this equal to operator will compare the references, not values. Now in this program only, I just changed the things over here. Like the first value I am giving like this ACT, second value I am giving like this ACT, and S3 I am giving like this new string ACT. So I have given the same values, now all the three things. Now let's see what will happen here. Like let's suppose I need to print like this. I'm using the second method here. So I am writing like this, S1 equal to S2. Okay, so that is S1 equal to S2, and again I am writing like this, S1 equal to S3. So just remember that what this double equal to will do, it will just compare the references, not the values. Okay, so what do you think that just think upon that what output you will be getting here. So again I will run this part. So okay, so again I will run this part. See, one will be the true when we are comparing S1 and S2, because both the reference variable are same here. Okay, so if you remember the concept of the creation of a string object, so what we were saying at that time, that it will check in the string constant pool here. But if the same string is being used by using this another method, that is the new operator, so a new reference variable will be created over here. So that's why in the second case, it will be referring to S1 equal to S3. So that will be comparing the references, not the values. Don't think like that both having the ACT value, so they will be same. No, because I just can write here also for your this remembrance part, that this equal to operator will compare your references, not the value. So here two different references has been created. What two different references has been created? One is the S1 and another one is the S3. Okay, so this particular operator compare your references, not the value. But in the above case, what we say in the case of a string, like this S2 will not have been created in this particular form. Only S1 is there only, because it is referring to the same value here. Okay, because in the string constant pool, it will refer to the same value here. Fine. So the third method was, that is the string compare to method. So we have done the second method. So string compare to method, what it will do, that it will be just returning the integer value. So lexicographically, it will be comparing all those values. The third method, by it will be comparing the lexicographically, it will be telling all those values. So what it will do, so I can write like this. Again, the third method, that is the compare to method. Compare to method. So what it will do, it will compare strings based on Unicode value. Unicode values. Okay. So what will happen that, like, let's suppose S1 and S2 are two string variables, and if both the strings are same, so it will give you the output as 0. If S1 is greater than S2, it will give you a positive value. If S1 is less than S2, it will give you the negative value. So again, I just quickly write one example here. So let's suppose I have created another string here, that is string S3, and I will write like this. Okay, so we are writing like this, ACT, or I can just change this word S, and one word I will take like this, that is RACE. Okay, so I can refer to this this particular part. Now here, what I will do, that I will just print out all this statement, and I am writing like this, S1. Now this is the third method that we are using, S1 dot compare to. Okay, so to whom we are comparing? S2. Okay, again we can write like this, S1 dot compare to, like this, S3 we are having. Right? And here we are again, I just copy this line. Here we can compare like this, S3 to S1. Now let's see what output will come here. So I just again run this program. Okay, so see the output. So the first thing what we have compared, S1 to S2. So both the names are same here. Both the values are same. So lexicographically, if we see that all the values are same here, so we can, so answer will be 0. Now we have compared the first string with the third part. So it will check for the, how it will check, it will see that S1 is greater than your S3. Okay, so S1 is greater than your S3, because R will come after that, S will come after this R. Okay, so that Unicode value it will check. So what output we will be having, that is in the form of a positive number. So if we compare S3 with this S1, so what will compare? Now the answer will come in the negative part. Sorry, we don't have to consider this form. We will just check the Unicode part here. Okay, Unicode values here. So whatever the Unicode values will be getting, so we will be adding all those values, and whatever the results that we will be getting, that will be in the positive form or in the negative. So if S1 will be greater than S3, so a positive value will be there, and if S3 is less than S1, so that will be a negative answer will be there. So this was all about this string concept. So anything that you need to discuss with me?